Hey, welcome back to Mama's Orchids again. So I'm on a roll making more videos lately, and I'm sorry I didn't make any for a while because I just had other priorities. You know how it is. And I think I'm just been spending too much time editing the videos, so I'm just going to do a voiceover and not even worry about too much of the timing of the video with my voiceover. And I'm going to talk freely. I hope you don't mind. So I'm going to do this video mostly of this Vanda that I have in bloom. Um, it's in bloom right now, actually, and this video that I made, or some of these recordings I made, it's probably about 2 weeks ago. But this particular one that's in my outdoor shower right now is 2 weeks ago, and later you'll see another one from my kitchen that is a little bit later, with all the buds in full bloom. And I'm squeezing in another orchid in here in the video. It's the Royal Genting that's also in full bloom. I really enjoy the scent of this one. Okay, well, let me go and talk a little more about the Vanda. And the name of the Vanda, I believe, is, let me get that tag out in front of me here. It's called Vanda Fuchs Delight Blue Variety times the Dr. Anek. And it is just stunning. I really love it. And here is a picture of it as it is now in full bloom with all the buds wide open. The blue is really striking. I really love it. I don't smell anything. I don't really get any much of a scent other than maybe a little bit of what do you call floral smell? You know, typical floral smell, but not very pronounced. Um, there's the tag. And I got this when a long time ago, about I want to say 3 years ago. And I believe last year it did bloom for me during January or February time. I couldn't remember, but it didn't sustain. The bud didn't sustain. It didn't stay very long. It dropped, and I think it's because it's its first time blooming, and it wasn't very healthy, and wasn't mature enough to really hold on to blooms very long. But this is its second year, and it is just stunning. I love, love, love the deep color of it. And I believe I've had this. I got it as a bag baby from Lowe's. I want to say 3 years ago, possibly, yeah, 3 years ago. And so it just wasn't mature enough to bloom, is the case. I thought I was doing something wrong, but no, it just wasn't mature enough. I do have it in fairly bright light all year long. And I do have trouble watering it in the winter, so I did stuff some moss in the basket, and then I decided I had to take it out because the moss was degrading, and it would make it more acidic for the plant. So I guess it's good to have the moss in there, but renew the moss. Anyway, I have it in a basket, an aquatic basket, and it is all tangled in there, really. It could be in a Vanda basket. It would be better, but at the time when I was mounting this Vanda into this basket, I was thinking it could use, more moisture since it was so little, and so I stuffed it with moss. And now I'm pulling the moss out, and because Vandas, I'm learning Vandas would prefer not to have its roots suffocated with moss. It really prefers maybe I'm sorry, and I'm contradicting myself. Earlier I mentioned put some moss on it. Maybe put it lightly, put moss lightly on it just for moisture. But in a perfect world, it would prefer to be in the air on its own without anything suffocating its root. I think if you have trouble keeping it moist or keeping it watered, then maybe a little moss would be good. And it's hard to also feed it, so that's another reason that I had it in this basket, so that I could control the what do you call the roots, and so I could dip it into a bucket of water that has feed or fertilizer in it. And right now, so it hasn't helped because the roots grow out of the basket, and so now, so now I'm just spraying instead the fertilizers. I don't feed it as much as I should, like, a weekly sort of feed. Um, and as for watering, everyday watering, it's great. In the spring and definitely in the summer. In the winter, I try to do once a week. Well, I really don't have much else to add. I'm sorry I didn't do any research on this to give you any details. Well, I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.